If you're listening to this story late at night, then first of all, comment below and tell me what time it is where you are right now. Fearful face, is it 1:13 a.m., 2:44 a.m., or maybe that dangerous hour when the whole world is asleep, but something else has already awakened? Because tonight's story is not just another horror story. This is the story of an American village hidden deep inside the cold forests, where every Saturday night 4 mysterious men walk through the darkness carrying a coffin on their shoulders, and anyone who sees them never survives until morning. Fearful face. Deep in the northern mountains of America, surrounded by endless forests and thick fog, there was a forgotten village called Raven Hollow. During the day the village looked peaceful and beautiful, but after sunset fear took over every street. People locked their doors before midnight. Children were never allowed outside at night, and every Saturday the entire village feared one name, the Cars. 4 tall men dressed in black robes walked silently through the forest while carrying an ancient coffin. The villagers believed that if anyone accidentally looked directly at them, their body would be found the next morning, eyes wide open, faces frozen in terror as if they had seen hell itself before dying. Year 2026, Saturday night, 11:47 p.m., inside an old wooden house near the edge of the village, 27-year-old Ethan Walker was putting on his jacket when suddenly his father's voice came from behind him. "Ethan, don't go outside tonight." Ethan turned around and saw fear clearly visible on his father's face. "Dad, I'm just meeting my friends. Tonight is Saturday, you know who walks through these woods." Ethan laughed softly. "Dad, those are just old stories, there are no ghost men carrying coffins." His father suddenly grabbed his arm tightly. "You don't understand, if you hear their footsteps, hide immediately and no matter what happens don't look at them." The room fell silent. Ethan forced a smile. "Relax, Dad, I'll be fine." And then he walked out into the freezing night, but his father kept staring at the door as if he already knew something terrible was about to happen. Outside, freezing wind moved through the trees while the entire village disappeared under thick fog. Ethan walked quickly toward the forest trail. "If I take this shortcut, I'll reach faster." Without thinking, he stepped onto the narrow path inside the woods. The deeper he went, the quieter everything became. Only the sound of leaves moving in the wind could be heard. Then suddenly, thump, thump, thump. Heavy footsteps echoed through the darkness. Ethan froze, his heartbeat became faster and faster. Then he heard low voices chanting slowly. "Bam bam bass bam bam bas." His eyes widened in fear. "Oh God!" He remembered his father's warning. Ethan quickly ran behind a group of bushes and hid. His breathing became heavy while the sounds kept getting closer. Bam bam bas. Slowly he peeked through the branches, and what he saw made his blood run cold. 4 tall figures wearing black robes, their faces covered in ash, their eyes glowing red in the darkness, and resting on their shoulders was an old wooden coffin. Every step they took turned the ground beneath them black. Ethan's throat went dry. "They're real." He immediately hid again. After a few moments the chanting slowly faded away. Ethan carefully looked around. Nobody was there anymore. Thank God. But the moment he took one step forward, the chanting suddenly came from directly behind him. Bam bam bas. Ethan slowly turned around, and his scream got trapped inside his throat. The 4 coffin carriers were standing inches away from him, fearful face. The next morning the entire village was in panic because Ethan never returned home. His father and several villagers searched the forest. Finally, near an ancient dead tree they found Ethan's body. His eyes were still open and his face was frozen in absolute terror, as if before dying he had witnessed something no human was meant to see. But the most horrifying part. There wasn't a single wound on his body. Only one strange symbol burned into the palm of his hand, glowing faintly green. At that moment the village priest, Father Louis, saw the mark and his face turned pale. Impossible. That symbol disappeared 400 years ago. Meanwhile, in New York City, 9:00 a.m., 24-year-old Megan Carter suddenly woke up screaming. Her breathing was heavy. Again, she had seen the same nightmare. A dark forest, a tree dripping glowing green liquid, and 4 men carrying a coffin toward her. It was the same dream again. Her roommate Ashley entered the room. "You had another nightmare." Megan nodded silently. Ashley laughed. You seriously need to stop watching horror movies. But Megan knew these weren't normal dreams because she kept seeing places she had never visited before. Both girls worked inside a biological research laboratory where they were developing experimental antidotes. That afternoon, Professor Richard called them. Where the progress report? Ashley replied nervously. Sir, we just need 3 more days. After the call ended, Megan noticed an old dusty book lying on the table. She opened it and instantly froze. Inside the book was a drawing of the exact same tree from her dreams. Below it were the words, "The elixir of deathless SOULS. A mysterious green liquid believed to bring people back from death, but according to legend, it demanded a human soul in return." Megan's hands started shaking because written beneath the drawing was the location where the liquid existed. Raven Hollow. We're going there. Ashley looked shocked. What? Megan showed her the book. I think my dreams are connected to this village. Ashley laughed nervously. You can't be serious. But Megan's eyes were filled with fear. I have to know the truth. The next morning they left for Raven Hollow. After a 6-hour journey, their bus finally stopped in front of an old wooden gate. Covered in rust were the words, "Welcome to Raven Hollow." The moment Megan stepped inside the village, the weather suddenly changed. Strong wind began blowing, dark clouds covered the sky, and every villager nearby stopped staring directly at her. An old woman whispered, "She has returned." Megan stopped walking. What did you say? But the woman quickly disappeared into the crowd. Ashley laughed awkwardly. Well, that's creepy. Standing near the village square was a young man with sharp eyes and a serious face. His name was Noah Reed. He was the caretaker of the village. You girls are from the city. Ashley smiled. Yeah, we're here for research. But Noah kept staring at Megan. Suddenly his expression changed completely. No. That's impossible. Megan looked confused. What happened? Noah spoke quietly. You look exactly like the girl who died here 400 years ago. Fearful face. 12:13 a.m. That same night, Noah took Megan and Ashley to an abandoned royal mansion outside the village. The mansion once belonged to King Edward Blackthorn. According to legend, the king had made a deal with the devil to become immortal. The moment they entered the mansion, Megan felt a sharp pain inside her head. Whispers echoed through the halls, screams, ancient chants, and the sound of a woman crying somewhere in the darkness. Then suddenly, bang! A giant door slammed open by itself. Ashley screamed. Noah raised his flashlight. And then they saw something terrifying. Fresh footprints appearing on the dusty floor, as if someone invisible had just walked past them. But nobody was there. Suddenly the entire mansion shook violently. And from deep inside the darkness, that same horrifying chant echoed again. Bam bam bas. Noah's face turned pale. No. Tonight is Saturday. The CARIRS have AWAKNED. At the same moment, inside the village church, Father Louis was praying desperately. Suddenly, every candle inside the church blew out at once. The priest grabbed his cross tightly. Oh God! The curse has returned after 400 years. Inside the mansion, Megan slowly walked toward a locked room as if something was calling her. The door slowly creaked open, revealing an ancient coffin in the center of the room. And carved onto the coffin was the same glowing green symbol found on Ethan's hand. Megan stepped closer, her hands trembling. Then suddenly, a whisper came from inside the coffin. Megan. Her eyes widened in horror. Because the voice inside the coffin was her own fearful face. To be continued, If you want part 2, then like this video right now and subscribe to the channel because next time the terrifying truth hidden inside Raven Hollow will finally be revealed, fearful face.